After joining UD Ourense in late December and managing to keep them in Spain's 4th tier, we were set out for our first full season. A job and coaching experience is there, but a coaching license has to wait.
I don't know how to feel. I'm wasting my time.
Improving Ourense proved to be more chaotic than expected. We lost defenders who thought they were too big for our club, offer a bunch of Spaniards on trial, sell Jose Luis for free, individually scout every African— Wait, I just sold Jose Luis for free? You mean the best academy graduate from our golden generation? How did I let this happen? Jose Luis, yep, sign that. It's like Sevilla rang on my doorbell, walked in and said, "We want your TV for free." Me staring at my phone on the couch, barely paying attention, waved them on, and 1 week later, I go, "Where the hell is my TV?" What is with me and Luis's? Welcome to the club, Luis Alberto Eguroya, who is our new striker, as every other one was released, or in Gamar's case, left for the tier above. Javier and I also went on a safari across Africa to find the continent's hidden gems, is what I hoped to do. Instead, he bought a copy of FM26, tried to play it for a couple hours, and then told me to look at expiring contracts from countries in the continent. That led to 5 signings. Ghassan Kalai from Tunisia, who looks to be a decent right back, along with countryman Salim Nashar, who isn't anything special compared to the rest of our offensive transfers. Kalai just needed a Tunisian mate. The real gold mine is from Senegal. Firstly, a left back named Sheikh Sagna. Next up is Mbak Mbai, who is an attacking midfielder with the ability to play wide. Finally, we have Boba Sek, who slots into similar roles as Mbai. So, what about the Spanish players?
No Espanol, you can't have it.
Well, we signed this striker who's tall, and this center back named Rafael Sheka. I needed a guy that could jump with some pace. We have the 8th best odds in the league, so let's see how this new look UD Ourense performs on the pitch. The campaign kicks off with Salamanca, where our fans still think we're following COVID rules. Similar to when we began the job, we'd have a fast start. Oh, here we go, Pardo, top of the box. Booba Sek! Let's go! Unfortunately, the opponents soon equalize due to our midfielders sleeping and the new backline not even knowing each other's names. Despite our statistical advantage, the better opportunities came from Salamanca. However, the paceman Luis provided a threat with an offside goal. Moments later, Speedy Luis will be on the run again as Mbai finds him to take the lead, which would be the winner. We may have missed out on 2 different Luises, but the rapid Mexican seemed to be the finest of the 3, especially when he scored against one of their teams. It's a mano, and in spite of dealing with several obstacles upon entrance, the match saw 4 of our new signings score and leave with a 4-1 victory. This season, Samanos Luis will be left behind. We continued our hot start with a 4th consecutive win, capped off by a late strike from Jeff Hendrick. The perfect run ended at home to Alondras, but thanks to Speedy Luis, we'd grab 2 more wins and be placed in 2nd? Sporting Gijón B performed better than us, and we'd soon lose momentum in the league with 3 draws in a row. I do have a good excuse for that.
You are actually a bad coach.
No, well, technically yes. Being serious, it's because we're in a domestic cup competition, the Copa del Rey. After changes made years ago to allow lower division teams to host the home fixture, the excitement this tournament brings is undeniable. We're not in the Copa del Rey. We're in the Copa Federacion de España. What the hell is this? It's where the premier of the 4th and 5th tiers play, if they didn't qualify for the Copa del Rey. 125 teams are in that cup, so it kind of feels bad to be left out. Regardless, the city of Ourense has history in this competition. Club Deportivo Ourense won this cup in 2008 and 2014. It also ceased to exist in 2014. That's where we come in, as UD Ourense was founded on July 10th, 2014. A people's club, as they are owned and democratically run by their supporters. Wait, is it you guys not allowing Javier to give me a coaching license? However, we aren't the only outfit from the city, as in the tier above us and in the Copa del Rey is Ourense CF, who in an alternate universe won this trophy in 2025. But not in ours. This tournament has 32 spots to fill, so every region in Spain hosts the tournament themselves to fill 20 spots, plus the 7 best from the 5th tier not in the Copa del Rey, and the 5 best from the 4th tier not in the Copa del Rey join. We qualified through the ladder and went through the first 2 rounds with ease. However, those matches were midweek, which is why we drew 3 league fixtures in a row. Still undefeated, and with a victory over Nasara thanks to Speedy Luis, we remained in second, 5 points behind Sporting Gijón, where they finally lost a match. As the sole undefeated side in the group, we go on and lose our next match. With that pressure gone, we can relax and play without fear, which is what we did in the Cup quarterfinals versus Nalón, where we'd steamroll them 4-0. Returning to the league, despite our tired minds malfunctioning on Vimenor's opener, our tired legs still had enough energy to score twice in added time to win. Although, not enough to avoid a late equalizer against Coruch. Before continuing, we had a cup semi-final versus a club with a name nearly as long as that one Welsh town. Sociedad Cultural Recreativa Peña Deportiva Santa Eulalia. We won quite easily. Before the final, big news erupted in the footballing world. Not my problem, as we had a couple B-sides in our path. First up is Sporting Gijón B, a top of the table clash. However, we weren't top 2 as Unionistas passed both of us. Where did they come from? Can't worry about that when we concede an early penalty. Prior to halftime, they doubled the advantage. Bubba's sex miss after the interval didn't fill me with confidence, but give some space to Speedy Luis and he gets us back into it. Soon, several important changes were made. Young Ecuadorian Anthony Martinez mixed in with an old face as Champy received the ball. Luis! Luis! Yes! Luis! Save it, Champy. In behind, Luis again. The man from Mexico. Off the post! Inches away from first place. Luis nearly pulled off a miracle hat trick, but it was not meant to be. We drop into 3rd place. Luis's 9 goals in 15 games is local and is only 1 away from a bonus. He wouldn't find it against Leonesa B as Najar, Mbay, and Pardo were involved there, lifting us above Unionistas behind Sporting Gijón B. Next up is the Cup final. The Copa Federacion de España is a short tournament with the final in December. My 1-year anniversary is near, and this would be a nice gift. Our challengers were Linares Deportivo from the 4th group of the 4th division. Kind of a similar history to us, replacing a formerly dissolved team in 2009. We hosted the final, and despite some fans choosing to watch the game from their apartments, I'm eager to win my first piece of silverware. Ooh, bad giveaway by Mbay. Oh, but we win it back. Parrilla. Pardo, parrilla, the grill. It's sizzling, but we're not cooking yet. The grill, parrilla, let's go. Great ball behind Luis. 1-on-1. 1-0. The man from Mexico, recommended to me by an agent, has the pace similar to the mouse, Speedy. In the 17th minute, our young keeper Riello made a massive stop and did so again on the subsequent corner. We continued to pressure our opponents, but in the second half, they found another chance. Yet Riello handled it. We held them off, and the final whistle blew. We have done it! We have won the Federation's Cup for Sergio Chroosquets, a manager who came from nothing, no coaching license, no personality, no life experiences. He shows up, gets hired, second season, wins a trophy. Most managers don't win anything in their entire careers. Chroosquets, and less than a year later, he wins a trophy. Riello and Luis the heroes, and Champy can finally say that he is a champion. For the success, we get 90k, which doesn't really help the club's finances, although it's better than nothing. Also, shout out to the Ourense fans who found out about us on stream. We are very far ahead from when that happened, but we gotta make them proud for the rest of the season in Chroosquets fashion. The guys had a little too much sangria. To end our first year at Ourense, we could only draw Burgos B, which had us in third behind Sporting Gijón and Chroo. What's with all these teams having random runs of form? Promotion is possible, so we made a couple January signings to improve our depth on the left side, especially with Second Sagna's injuries. Speaking of them, along with Mbai, these Senegalese are literally language gurus. They joined in July, and in 5 months are fluent in Spanish. If football doesn't work out, they may have a career as a polyglot YouTuber. Not that Chroosquets knew what polyglot meant. What do you mean by that, Saskia? How useful is your Oh. I thought she was saying like some slur or something. Despite being one. To continue our campaign, we'd host Samano. That's about all we did. Moving on. Salamanca away required a soul-speedy Luis strike to win. I expected Langreo at home to be a simple victory, and Jimenez's debut goal helped. However, last season's nightmare, Rene Reyes, equalized. After the interval, Speedy Luis missed a massive chance, and minutes later, it's Rene Reyes again to bring me misery. I tried to go risky with a 4-2-2 or 4-2-4 or whatever people want to call it, and the risk didn't pay off as we conceded a late corner to lose. Trailing Chroo by 6 points, we rebounded at Vimenor. 4 second half goals, including the man who now rarely appears, Jeff Hendrick. The gap behind Chroo remained the same as we played them next. The match had little to offer until Luis got found. And he fluffed it. At risk of dropping out of a playoff spot altogether, we luckily faced relegation candidates Samosas next. It didn't start well. And with Samosas finding several chances in the first 25 minutes, I was on edge. We were playing so bad! Paria and Mbai. Nice goal. Let's keep it up. I know that was like kind of a trade he had when he was at City. Okay, Riello, we need words. I didn't think the scoreline could get any worse. But it did, as we lost 6-1. A guy named Robert scored 3. Looked like Robert Lewandowski to me. The fall-off needs to be studied. Out of a playoff spot, the 7-point gap to first shouldn't even be on our minds. Luckily for us, Speedy Luis and Jeff Hendrick aided in successive victories. 8 games to go, and we return to a playoff spot. Keep this form up, and we should be good. Beginning with Deportivo La Coruña B, the Coruña fans who bothered watching their youth teams were bored as time went by quickly. That's until the 84th minute where Noel Gonzalez got beaten too easily as we'd concede a tap-in. That's the soul strike. Unionistas followed, and we dropped out of the playoffs as others played prior. Frustratingly, Sek had so much space in the 35th, but couldn't take the lead. 10 minutes later, he'd regret that. Please don't concede, please don't concede. Cleared away. Oh, you can't get turned by a guy named Aaron. Are you serious, Sagna? Are you kidding me, guys? Come on, please, Mbai. Don't you have like 14 finishing? Bro, I know you have 7 composure, but bro, come on. Come on, can we get ourselves back in this game? Corner kick. We do, Mbai. You can't score a one-on-one, but you can score an empty net. Win the ball back. Win it back. Win it back. Offside. Let's try to get something, guys. We did get something and then we ruined it. Let's try to get something again. Mbai, cut back. React to the post hit, please. Why did it not? Sek, is he gonna score this one-on-one? No. Can we catch up? Come on, cut back. Oh, of course, our cutback gets blocked. Cross in, clear again. That's offside. How is that not offside? We deserve to lose that game, I guess, but come on, guys. Even further out of a playoff spot with increased competition, we at least triumphed over third place Nasara, which places us back into the playoffs with 5 to play. That's how tight it is. The Alondras fixture had promise. We hit the post in the first half, but it remained 0-0 at the break. Luckily, early into the restart, we won a penalty. Jeff Hendrick. Say his name and he appears. I no longer believe in Jeff Hendrick. This ends in a scoreless draw, and we're out of the playoffs via goal difference. We then hosted Segovia with big news. Welcome Julian Guerrero on a free transfer. He's a former Real Madrid Academy player and the son of Athletic Bilbao legend Julian Guerrero. He sat on the bench to see us concede in the 50th minute. They'd score another near the end, as we'd fail again and be out of the playoffs. Victories are becoming rare, and goals seem to be too. Versus our former rival Sporting Gijón B, we couldn't find the net as we drew 0-0. 2 games left, 2 points out of the playoff spot. And what is Samano doing up here? Oh no, we can't let them get in the playoffs instead of us. At home against Leonesa B, who have secured an impressive 11 points. If we can't win here, then I deserve to suffer and see Luis and Samano compete for promotion. Good compared to those other frauds.
It's so much at stake. We put so many hours. It's a disgrace. It's embarrassing.
This match shouldn't be close. Thankfully, less than 20 seconds after the interval, Mbai would equalize. Are we back with 45 minutes to find a winner? We couldn't and missed out on promotion. To make matters worse, we would draw once more to end the season. 1 victory in the final 8 games. Our 13 draws were 3 more than anyone else. Not just that, we finished behind Samano and placed 9th. How did we finish in a lower position than last year? We had 10 more points.